Hey, the better rifle. Drop the gun! Oh, shit! I'm hit. I'm okay. But not gonna die.
Welcome to Badges, Bullets, and Blunders. I'm the host, Travis Harless. Before we get started, if you'd like to support this podcast, go check out our friends at Slick Sleeves Syndicate. Never forget where you came from. Today's guest is my friend Tim Hensley. Tim is a police officer in California. Tim, how long you been an officer? What were some of the things, or what did you do before you became a police officer? And talk to us about some of the assignments you've had working as an officer.
Yeah, again, name's Tim Hensley. Been a police officer for a little over 12 years. Before I became a police officer, I was in the United States Navy as an aviation ordnanceman. So I loaded
Bombs on planes?
bombs, missiles, all that stuff on the planes, aircraft.
How long were you in the Navy for?
4 years. Like 4 years and a couple months. Because Katrina, when I was in there, Katrina hit. So we got delayed during boot camp. But so yeah, I did that. Got out, came back to Bakersfield. Worked construction, worked oil fields, some odd end jobs. And then finally I was like, hey, let's figure out what I want to do. Had a daughter at the time. She's like 2. So then I applied for the sheriff's office. I applied for BPD and also a couple other jobs. And then BPD reached out to me and then, hey, here I am.
How long after you got out of the Navy did you get into the academy?
Probably like a year and a half, I want to say. Yeah,
Oh,
year and a half or 2. Year and a half or 2.
I was the same.
Probably like 2.
I worked construction for a year,
Yeah.
long enough to know that I was terrible at construction.
Correct, yeah. And I did not want to do that.
Yeah, and it was tough work.
Yes.
Okay, so then you go to the academy in, what was it, like 2013?
Yes, June or July. I can't remember now. I think it was June, maybe July.
It was hot. I know.
It was. I know
Whatever
it
it
was
was, I remember I was there.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were there. All you guys. Remember you guys being there, tormenting us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, and then while I was with a police officer here, patrol. Obviously, I did shift 1.
Yeah,
Midnights, all the weekends, all the holidays you miss, all the dinners with the family.
Used to be partnered up with Skidmore a lot.
Skidmore, yeah, 1 Metro 6. Also, Eric, he was a guest on here. Me and him were partners also. We're the first 1 Metro 6 ever in the department, just to say that. So,
There you go.
I did that for like 7 years, probably, shift 1. And after that, I got K9. Eric and I became K9s together. Did that for a little over 5 years. Great time. Had a great time doing that. And then I decided one day, like, hey, I'm kind of not feeling the way California's going. It's been going a certain way for a while.
Yep.
Wife and I talked about it, and we uprooted in 2022 and moved to Texas.
Nice.
Where I became a police officer over there for 3 years.
Okay. How was it out there?
It was amazing. I loved it. You can tell.
Yeah.
It's nothing like here.
Yeah.
There's no, the departments up there that I was close to, within probably like a 30, 40 minute drive. There's no gang units. There's no specialized units to combat homelessness.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's peaceful, good quality of life. Things are cheap other than homes, but you're going to get what you pay for over there.
Yeah.
But I love Texas though. It's
Okay.
just,
So you worked at McKinney PD.
McKinney Police Department. Yep. Shout out to McKinney PD. A bunch of good folks over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where'd you guys live in McKinney or?
We lived in Anna.
So right next to it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. It's like 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give or take.
Nice. And then just patrol out there?
Just patrol.
You
out
work
there.
midnights or days or both?
I worked midnights. Yeah. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That's the shift.
So they have a
that I
day
work.
shift and a midnight shift.
Correct.
There's no
yes.
afternoons out there.
There's no swing shifts. No.
Yeah.
Like we have here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're either 5 to 5 or 6 to 6. Yep.
Nice. Okay. So before you went out there, you worked as a midnight shift patrol officer, and you were partnered with one of our other guests, Eric.
Yes.
And he told us about a time where you guys found some cucumbers.
Yes.
Can you tell us your side of that cucumber
Yeah,
salad?
I mean, that was probably 10 years ago, but I do remember, I don't remember all the ins and outs of it, but I remember we stopped a guy on a bicycle. He has a backpack. Eric goes to search him because he was the passenger at that time. So he hops out real quick on the dude. He hands me the guy's backpack. I throw it on the hood. I start searching it, and then I just start pulling out just
So
random
this is
amount.
middle of the night.
Middle of the night, shift 1.
Stop a guy on a bike.
Stop a guy on a bike.
Yeah.
Has a backpack. Aaron goes to do a pat down search on him. hands me the backpack. Somewhere along the line, hey, this dude has, hey, can we either consented or
Yeah.
probation, So I open the backpack and I see cucumbers. So I'm like, okay.
Like how many cucumbers?
Man, there probably had to be like 6 cucumbers. There were some that were whole. There were some that bits and pieces of a cucumber.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what? And this is back then when we weren't using like PPE, our gloves, as much as we do now.
Yeah.
So
you're just in there raw dogging these cucumbers?
Yeah, we were just in there, just organically touching these cucumbers.
Yeah.
And then
Does he have like a dipping sauce? You got some hummus in here?
No, there was nothing like that. So I didn't know if this guy was, a vegan or what the case was be, or did he like salads? Who knows?
Yeah.
But eventually, as this is going on, Eric finds out more information that these cucumbers were used for pleasure. At which time I'm like holding the cucumber because I'm like, Eric, this dude has a bunch of cucumbers. Then he's like, Timmy, you shouldn't be.
Those are for somebody's gratification.
Correct. Yeah. I was like, dropped them.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's the cucumber salad story.
Nice. I wanted to ask you more about the differences between California and Texas. So we work in a city that's got like you kind of hinted around a little bit, gang problems, lots of homelessness, and all of the stuff that comes with the homelessness problem, like drugs and vandalisms and thefts and all that. Encampments, public urination, defecation, and then gangs. And out where you were working, you didn't get very much of that, right?
No, not at all.
What was the tempo like? The work tempo?
The tempo, it was a steady work tempo, but most of the calls for service that we were getting there were maybe like people arguing, some type of loud noise. Hey, my neighbor clipped pruned his tree, and now his clippings are now in my yard, type stuff. And it's first world problems. There's first world problems.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Occasionally, you get a domestic violence, but yeah, I think there were 2 homicides, maybe that I was there for.
You responded to?
Yeah,
in 3 years.
In 3 years, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Have you responded any here since you've been back?
I think I went to like 5 probably already. I got back July. I went 10/8 again in July, so probably like 5.
So in the last
and that's just during your shift, right?
Yeah, that's
in the last 4 months.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
that is a tempo shift.
Yeah.
And then gangs. So what is there no gang crime? Like what is that like?
I mean, there's no
people drive in from out of town. Or?
Yeah, if you get a gang, it may be from Dallas, because Dallas, you're about an hour away from Dallas, hour north of Dallas. But as far as like in McKinney, there's no like homegrown gang.
Yeah.
There was like a gang, a quasi gang. I forgot what they were called. Something to walk something, but they were eradicated within a day. You just take them to jail.
Yeah.
Because unlike California, you go to jail, you're doing an extensive amount of time. Whether it's for marijuana, some people do like a month just for a marijuana joint.
Wow.
As to where the cite and release here, they don't cite and release anything over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So when someone's got methamphetamine and fentanyl,
that's still a felony. Yes.
That's illegal.
That is illegal to possess a controlled substance in the great state of Texas. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. What about off-duty stuff? Like when you're not, like quality of life, and what are some of the differences there?
The differences living in Texas is the parks are clean. Mm-hmm. There's not homeless people there. There's no graffiti.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about your wife going to the store and getting robbed or raped or anything of that nature. It's an open carry state.
Yeah.
So probably 80% of the state is walking around with handguns.
Yeah.
So people are aware of that if I rob this guy, the guy over here probably has a gun, is going to shoot me. So
a lot of people have guns.
Yes, a lot of people have guns.
But there's less shootings.
Less shootings and less crime.
Interesting.
Yes, it is very interesting.
It's but we just had that ban, the Glock ban here in California. You familiar?
Yes.
Yeah, they got rid of any Gen. Are you familiar?
Yeah, Gen 5 and under.
Gen 5 and earlier.
All Glocks except for the new V.
The newest. I saw videos of people already taking the Gen 6 Glocks and making them fully auto.
Yes, I've already seen those
that's
too.
on the internet,
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of them because there's a ability to make it automatic with the switch, which is illegal. But So now you can't legally buy a Glock unless it's a Gen 6 or later in California.
New.
New.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still like private party transfer.
Yeah. So there's probably going to be a big spike in the price of like all the old Glocks, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. More than likely.
But yeah, and then you can still order the P80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, any
I'm sure that-
P80 Glock clone that can readily accept the switch.
yeah,
Can still.
you can still just buy that on the internet
Yeah.
and have it sent to you, and then yeah. So basically, the people that obey the laws are not going to be able to get them, but everyone else who uses them for crime will just
The same people who are already
that are already putting the switches on them.
abusing the switches. Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
It is.
What else? We were going to ask him. Oh, did you want to talk about the payroll stuff?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we can talk about it now. Sure.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
It's
You
pretty
talking about
interesting for some people.
For some people, are really interested in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We can go over it if you
You
want.
talking about the pay comparison?
Yeah, like what is the pay cap between our California agency, which is in what would you call it?
Southern Central Valley.
Yeah, Southern Central Valley and Texas.
Oh, it's a big difference. So here where we're at, I don't know what are we as far as like as Bakersfield is in the state of California. Are we the 10th largest? I don't know what
Ninth largest city.
Okay, so we're the 9th largest city.
Yeah.
And I remember a few years ago we had more people on probation and parole per capita than Los Angeles, right?
We're also the murder capital, according to Gavin Newsom.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, we're the murder capital of California. Correct.
Yeah.
there's
Per capita, more murders here than
capita
anywhere
more.
else.
Yes.
About 500,000 people live here approximately, and we have about 500 sworn officers.
Gotcha. So then a patrol officer who has been here, is it 5 steps?
We have 5 steps.
5
yes.
steps. So a patrol officer has been here for roughly 5 years.
Yeah.
You're going to make just over $41 an hour. Now that's still a good amount of money, but unfortunately here in California, everything is
Expensive.
correct. Yeah.
Cost of living is much
Cost
higher.
of living is much more.
More taxes.
Correct. Yes. Your PG&E bills, because they're a monopoly here, so you're paying what they want you to pay.
Registration on your car?
Oh, registration on your car. So in the great state of Texas,
Tejas.
yeah, if you're a veteran there, it's free.
Oh,
If you're not a veteran, it's $75
for the whole year.
for the whole year. And then you have to do
That's not monthly?
No, you do have to. No, it's not monthly. You do have to pay an inspection fee, which is like $7.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you just take it any like Jiffy Lube, place like that. They just make sure your blink,
$82.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, make sure your
$82.
blinkers work, and then hey, you're good to go for the year.
The year.
Correct. Yeah.
Nice. I think we paid $800 or $900 last year
Disgusting.
on our
You have that brand new fucking Denali though, huh?
I don't even want to tell you. I'm have to pay $1,300 for my Tundra
Damn.
Really?
because it's heavy. It's like 6,000 pounds. Wow. And that's one of the factors here is weight.
So 75 versus 1,300.
Yeah, I know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or zero. It actually was zero for me.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the
'cause you're a
veteran.
veteran,
That's
yeah.
right.
Zero. So yeah. It's,
Okay. So then you're making, so as top step officer, you said $41.
yeah, just
In
a
the
tad
9th largest city in
in
California.
the 9th largest city in California, correct.
Okay.
And I would say on average, I work shift 3, so it's a Wednesday through Saturday, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m.
That's the busy shift.
Yes, it's very busy. I probably go to, on average, 15 calls during that time, maybe more. It could be more.
Yeah.
That's
but
an
about
average,
15, because
yeah.
a lot of times, you're going to get somewhere, conduct your investigation. It may take some time.
Yeah,
write
you take a
checks,
report call.
whatever,
You're
take
going
a
to be
report
bogged down
call.
for a minute.
Yeah, but 15. You know what I mean? And this is with we don't get meal breaks. And McKinney, you got a meal break. You get a 1 hour meal break. So we
Yeah.
go work out in the
You
gym.
do it on the fly.
Go literally mark out, take all of your gear off, go and work out in our gym,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
a really nice gym.
Yeah.
And then also you have the ability to, during that 12-hour shift, take another 45-minute meal break
Yeah.
to eat or whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Because you're working 12s as opposed
Yeah,
to 10s.
you're doing 12s. Yeah, exactly. But the call volume is nothing compared to here as far as there goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can go spans of hours without having anything.
Yeah.
Where
We
you're
can
just
go,
out there trying to be proactive, stop a car. But then even then, you're not even there's not even criminals out there for compared to here. So yeah, I mean,
and then what about payroll? Did you want to ask
Well,
about that?
pay
Oh, the
and
difference.
the difference in pay. Compared to here. So again, like I said, I've been an officer 12 years. I'm making just over $41 an hour. Whereas when I was there just a couple of months ago, I was making 52 topped out. That's 9 years. That's a topped out slick sleeve. And then I was also an FTO. And during my FTO, while I had a trainee, you make an additional $8 an hour. Or correction, 6. So I was making $58 an hour.
Yeah. So it's a 10% bump
Yes.
to train.
Yeah.
And the population difference between the ninth largest city in California, which is over 500,000, to McKinney, Texas.
McKinney may
like
be
230.
Yeah, it may be I was gonna say maybe 250.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's essentially half the size.
As of 2024, it was 224.
Even the square miles of our jurisdiction, I think it's
half
like
the size.
60 something
67
there. What
square
are we,
miles.
140 something here?
It's basically half across the board. So
Yeah.
the geographical size is half. 67 square miles is like
So
230,000.
half the size.
And then half the department's half the size also. About 270 sworn.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sounds about
I wonder how a city that small is able to afford to pay their officers, significantly more than the ninth largest city in California. I wonder how they do that.
I don't know how they do it, but I know some of the reasons for why they want that is it's been voted the safest city in America like 3 or 4 times. McKinney has.
Yeah.
And it's clear, like I said, because there's no gang units, there's no other type of extracurricular criminal activity where they need all these additional units to support that or combat that.
Now, do you think that the city is safe because of the culture there, or like the people, or do you think it's city because of the actual police department?
I would say it's a combination of both. You have citizens who have pride and respect for their city, their state, and then you also have the officers who are willing to go out there and provide services and needs for the citizens too. So I think it's a little bit of both plays a part in that. But yeah.
What is the officer makeup? So, like here where we work, basically, we have, I think we're slotted for 512 sworn. We're not there. We're like 470 or something like that, how many officers we have. But essentially, almost every single officer who works here lives here, right? And then most of those people who work and live here are also from here. So like pretty deeply connected. Like I was born and raised here. So like I know the town very well, like, and the people, and it's common to run into people that I've known through like my youth, in a,
Growing
in a
up.
work context.
Yeah.
Whereas out there, what is that like, the demographic like for officers? Like, most of them aren't coming from the, hold on, can we pause? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ready to start again?
Yeah, what were you gonna say? You're talking
Yeah, I was
about
asking about what's the breakdown of officers? Like how many are like live there? How many are from there?
Oh, yeah,
How many are
gotcha.
coming from like laterals from other states, other
Yes.
cities, all that kind of
Yes.
stuff?
So when I got there were a handful of laterals, but during my 3 years there, there's probably 30 laterals, with more than half probably being from either California, New York, specifically NYPD, and then there's Chicago PD, a bunch of dudes there. But as far as the officers who were there prior to, or the homegrowns, I guess that'd be a good term,
Yeah.
because we're homegrowns.
Yeah.
None of them, I would say very few actually live in the city of McKinney. And unlike California, we have mountains and whatnot. It's very flat there. So all the cities, you cross this side of the street and you're in Frisco, Texas, and then the other side of the street, you're in Prosper, Texas. So all the towns butt up, they joint there. A lot of towns are landlocked. So you can, live in Frisco. There's people that live in Dallas. There's people that live in Sherman, Texas, and there's multiple places you can live at. Whether you want to live in the city, you want to live out rural in the country. So you have your options there. And there's the 75 where you can just move up and down freely. There's frontage roads. Basically, it's another road that runs alongside the freeway. It's genius. I don't know why we don't have that here.
Those are I was calling them the peasant roads.
The peasant road, yeah, but
Because the toll road is like the freeway, and
Correct.
then right next to the freeway is a road with stoplights.
yeah, there's toll roads too. Yeah,
Those are the peasant roads.
those are the peasant road. Yeah,
You don't pay the fee, you got to hit the stoplights.
yeah, you get the
Yeah.
stoplights. Yeah, another 10 minutes to your trip, not a big deal. But yeah, they have that over there. So you get a traffic jam accident or whatever on the 75. Oh, I'm hop on the frontage road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of cops live outside of McKinney, but very close. Like I said, they're cross this side of the street, you're in one city. This side of the street, you're in another city. So
what's the ratio do you think for like homegrown versus like out of state laterals coming
I
in?
don't know. There's probably like it may be like because even if you go back to the ones who were there before I got there, there's a couple like ACs, assistant chiefs who were from other agencies. Maybe like 60-40 maybe. 60 that are from there, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Or from Texas, maybe.
Yeah.
Not necessarily McKinney, but that are
Yeah.
from Texas.
And then 40% are just people fleeing
Yeah.
their broken down states.
Correct, yes.
Fleeing from Illinois, New York, and California.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. Those are the main. Those are the main ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, don't those cities and states have some of the most strictest gun laws?
They do.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
But the gun violence hasn't gone down.
Weird.
Maybe they should ban. Make it illegal to shoot people, and then they'll stop shooting people.
yes.
Yeah, if they just kept people in prison, they need to stay in prison.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
What else about Texas? I don't know.
There's so much. Gas is like $2.40 over there right now. There's no gas tax. They don't have gas tax.
It's like a little under 5 right now.
Yeah.
At least here.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because it's not funny.
I spent $5.49 yesterday. I
Yeah.
filled up, I put 91 in it.
Yeah, I remember
Premium.
when I made the trip back, we stopped in Amarillo, and it was like $2.40 for premium
Yeah,
for 91. You know what I mean?
so half the price.
Yeah,
Or
and I
less-
get here, I
less
get
than
into like Needles or wherever I was, Barstow. It was like $6. Like,
Jeez.
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, the California could be the greatest state out of all the states. It has everything you want.
I've
But
talked
unfor-
about that a lot before.
But unfortunately, the way that it is currently run and has been run in the past.
So the state of California, if it was its own country, would be the 5th largest economy in the world.
Yes.
If it was its own country, it's like there's like all of the ports, the port cities that are here, all up and down, like Long Beach and LA area, up
big
into the Bay
tech,
Area.
all that.
Big tech is here.
Yeah.
All Hollywood used to be here. It's
Yeah.
all moving out. Oil and agriculture, the best farmland and the best oil land, like in the whole country. And then, when they discovered California, there was like literally gold, like just laying on the ground.
Yeah, on the beaches, just washed up, or who
It's
knows?
like-
Yeah.
But my point is like it's the best place on the planet, but everyone is fleeing here because they fucked it up so bad.
Correct.
And it's just really sad to see. It's like you had all the cheat codes and all the advantages, and you still somehow managed to ruin it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So I'll never forgive them for that.
No.
Yeah.
Who do you think's to blame?
To blame?
Yeah.
I think it's our government policies. So the lawmakers, the people that decided like that you shouldn't. What is it? You should decriminalize the use of drugs. Like I don't think that you should. I like my feeling on drugs. I have a real kind of like your body, your choice. If you want to smoke dope, then go ahead. I used to really think that. Like I didn't care about drugs themselves, but it's like the downstream consequences of like if you're addicted to methamphetamine or addicted to fentanyl. Like if you could just smoke meth by yourself in your house and leave everyone else alone, then I personally wouldn't care. But the problem is like that's not what you do. Like
No.
you smoke meth and then now you're going to ride your bicycle around in the middle of the night and break into people's car and steal their shit.
Yeah, those are called side quests.
Yeah.
Or you'll
Side
be
quest.
in the intersection of either like Robinson and East 11th or East 10th. I forgot what it was. And you'll get numerous calls for somebody, a peeping Tom, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
just going ham.
Well, yeah, and that's the
going
next
ham
level.
on his stuff, and then you got to chase this guy down the street, and then this
Yeah.
other guy.
Yeah, Bishop talked about that.
That was there you go. That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did he tell you that the guy slapped him though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
touched his face.
With his hand that he
With
But that's like the level down. So like you start just like smoking and then being and then you start committing petty crimes to support your habit. And then like another thing is, and I've talked about this before as well, we decriminalized all hard drugs in 2014. So now we're like 11 years removed from that. And And it used to be you would get caught with a little bit of meth, you'd get arrested, you'd go to jail, and you'd be in jail for a few weeks. You'd get cleaned up and sober, and then you get released again, and you'd probably go back to smoking it again.
Right.
And then but you'd have these breaks that were built in through the justice system that prevented you from smoking meth all day, every day for forever. But now,
Years.
11 years later, that stopped 11 years ago, and so you have these people that have smoked meth every day for 11 years, and what happens is you go insane. Like you lose. That's what all these people, the quote unquote homeless problem we have. It's like they call it it's just housing affordability is the problem. Is that they blame it on, and it's like. No, it's not that these people can't afford houses. It's that they smoke meth every day and they've gone insane.
Right.
And they don't the priorities of someone who's addicted to methamphetamine and fentanyl are a lot different than you and me and our priorities.
Yeah.
Right. You need to have a job to pay for your house and to take care of your wife and your kids. And they don't have any of those priorities. Their only priority is just getting more meth and getting more fentanyl.
Yeah.
And so it's okay if you just live in a tent in the riverbed or in a sleeping bag on the sidewalk that somebody gave you for free. That's okay because housing doesn't matter to you. And so it's not a housing problem. It's not a housing crisis. It's a drug crisis. And these people have gone insane because we, as the government have it isn't exactly legalized it, but essentially said that it's okay to do that. And that's where the government needs to step in. It's if your life has spiraled out of control to the point to where you're shitting on the sidewalk in front of somebody's business, there needs to be some sort of entity that comes in and takes you away and says, you're not allowed to do that. You get to go to timeout now.
Right.
But we don't do that.
That makes sense though. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yes,
so
that's what
we
comes
just
down to.
allowed things to deteriorate and we've incentivized bad behavior. And then we've created these, we just got one here where they built that one on F Street, that big homeless complex. And when you go to LA, I could tell people that Los Angeles is 15 years ahead of us, on crazy. And then we're 15 years ahead of the rest of the country. So I imagine when you go out to Texas, it didn't used to be this way 15 years ago where we live.
When we growing up as a kid, I don't remember any of this.
None of it.
I don't think I knew what meth was
Yeah.
or any of this stuff. I remember when I got out of the military working in the oil fields, and there were these 40-year-old dudes and I'm 24 at the time, and they're just getting it right nonstop. They're just doing all this stuff. I'm dude, these guys have energy. And then once I become a police officer and you become
Aware.
yeah, I'm okay, this dude's grinding his teeth, bruxism, whatever, he's this and that. All those dudes were on meth, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
But from then,
But
growing up in high school, no, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, and those are the guys that eventually life will deteriorate. This is early stage meth use where you can be productive and you can have a job
Yeah,
and you're just
recreational at the time. Yeah,
hyperactive,
Yeah.
but at some point that usually breaks down and falls apart.
it does.
But yeah, so anyways, I think we're 15 years ahead of Texas, maybe 20 years. And LA is 15, 20 years ahead of us. And so you can go down there and you can look around. If you go to Skid Row, it you see videos of it, but being there in person, there's not a replacement for actually being there and seeing it. It is post-apocalyptic. It is third world. And it's weird because there's regular businesses and stuff going on. And then there's just people everywhere in tents that are open air, shooting up and smoking and shitting on the sidewalk. And there's just crime and chaos everywhere, everywhere you look.
Yeah.
And and I think that we're, like I said, 15 years behind them. And then out in Texas, they're 15 years behind us. And so it's when you go out there, you're kind of hey guys, I know what the future looks like. Don't do this, please.
Oh yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
Don't put the Section 8 complex in here because it's going to go bad. Don't decriminalize these drugs because it's going to go bad.
Right.
And the instinct to decriminalize comes from compassion. They go, you shouldn't criminalize addiction is what the people will say. And it's just because this person has this mental illness and they're addicted to this substance, you shouldn't force them to go to prison. And part of me agrees. I think yeah, you shouldn't if you have a meth problem and you're not stealing or breaking things and you're just smoking your meth and you get caught up. I don't think you should be locked now in a place with violent criminals.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
But at the same time, you shouldn't be allowed to live on the sidewalk and shit on the sidewalk in front of somebody's business.
Yes.
So there's an in-between ground. And I think that prior to 2014, the system wasn't perfect, but it was built in that you had these breaks that people would stop using. And it would a lot of the time they would finally get their shit together. You get arrested enough times that there comes a point a rock bottom moment where people are yeah, I'm done and I'm ready to try to get out of this and go into recovery. But part of that process was forcing them to be like holding them accountable over and over again. And we don't have that anymore.
We don't.
And it's just, and like, it just manifests in all these different ways. Like there's the main drag that were, I don't want to say the street names. Fuck it. Union Avenue here, that main drag where it used to be a 3-lane road and now it's 2, and they have that little like
Bike lane.
quote unquote bike lane.
Yeah.
Somebody referred to it recently as the prostitute loading unloading zone.
That's what it is now.
shit.
What it's turned into, right? Well, like, anyways, I was president of the city council meetings when we talked about it, and they're like, and we talked to Stratton about this a little bit, and they were saying, oh, there's too many vehicle versus pedestrian, vehicle versus bicyclist accidents. People are getting killed there. And they're like, oh, it's because they're just driving too fast. We need to slow down the drivers. And it's like, if you drive down there, like and just open your eyes, it has nothing to do with the speed of the drivers. It's because there's people that are like fucked up on meth and fentanyl just wandering into the street and getting run over.
Oh yeah, there's so many meth amphibians just on those streets out there.
Meth amphibian.
Yeah,
And,
they're
like-
just everywhere.
And instead of like identifying and telling the truth about what the problem is, which this is a drug problem, it's not a traffic control problem. It's a fucking drug problem. Instead of being honest about that, they're like, oh no, it's the we're just driving too fast. If we had less lanes and slowed the traffic down, then that would solve it, which hasn't at all solved it. Like we just had one of them get smoked by an on-duty fireman who was driving to like a call or whatever, and the guy darted out in front of him on a bike and got smoked. And it's like, well, it just happens all the time because the underlying problem is the drug problem that we're not addressing. And that just comes out in so many different places, and we refuse to be honest about it. And that's caused like the whole place. The number one thing that has caused this to fall apart is the turning a blind eye and lying to ourselves about the drug problem that we have. In other places, they don't do that. And again, maybe it's not the perfect system to be putting people in jail and locking them up and over an addiction problem, but it's a whole hell of a lot better than letting them rot and fucking die on the street and get run over by cars and overdose and all of that, which is what we currently do.
Yes.
In my opinion, my humble opinion.
Yeah. Oh, all good points. Yeah.
Sorry. You fucking fired me up, dude.
Yeah. But to speak on that too, to add more, like you go to Texas, you have drugs, you go away for a month or whatever the case may be. So unlike here, oh, you have meth? Cool. Let me take that from you and give you this ticket.
Yeah.
So, and then you just go buy more meth.
Yeah, just go buy more meth.
Yeah. There's no, we don't have there's no homeless shelters in McKinney. There's no like food banks or whatever, like the ones we have here where you can go get 3 square meals. We don't have any of that. So they don't encourage that type of behavior or that type of lifestyle there.
Yeah. And I'll be clear, like I don't have a problem with a homeless shelter.
I don't either, yeah.
And I don't have a problem with like having like food banks or like government assistance even.
People who are less fortunate, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But the problem is that there has to be an enforcement on the other side of it, right? Like you can come to the home. In my opinion, is like, yeah, you can go to the homeless shelter, like, but you can't be like on drugs. You can't be selling drugs. You can't be smoking fentanyl in the bathrooms. Like that's not allowed.
Right.
But unfortunately, we don't have the enforcement side. So we have the compassion side down pretty well, which is like providing, food and services for these people. But we don't have the enforcement side. It's like, okay, we'll help you get a leg up, but you are not allowed to engage in these behaviors. And we don't do that side. Yeah. And so we're just enabling. And like I was talking about in Los Angeles, they have these huge complexes, like, 7-8 story buildings that are just full of like homeless housing. And they're these little like apartments that they built brand new, really nice. And they just put a bunch of homeless people in there and immediately destroyed it because they're just all on meth. They're all on drugs, and they just destroy the inside of these places, and they're disgusting. And like the taxpayers are subsidizing like housing for people, for drug addicts and criminals. And it's just infuriating.
Yeah. And I mean, and just to kind of like, so I know Prop 47 was really bad in 2014, obviously. But they did come out recently, like last year with the Prop 36. Where, repeated offenders actually go to jail, or they go to a mandated treatment program. And if they fail to do that, they go back to jail for their original sentence. So, I mean, they are trying to, well, I mean, we'll see how it works. We'll see how it's implemented.
Well, and also part of the problem is even if you like correct course, say they went back to even a more stricter laws like we had before, because Prop 36 is made it kind of a reverse course, but it's not as severe as things used to be. But even if they we're going to go straight back to 2013 laws. We're so far removed. like down the road that it's going to take a generation or two to cycle through to fix it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
There's so many people. Like I said, if you smoke meth every day for 11 years, like you're gone.
You're not there.
Yeah.
You're not coming back. Like you're not getting those people. We're not getting them back.
No,
they're gone.
Yeah.
You can
brains are
be
fried.
addicted to meth like in your 20s for 5 years, go to jail on and off, back and forth, and then in your late 20s realize, you know what, this is fucked up. I need to get my shit together, and then stop doing it, and then go get a credential like working as a welder or an electrician, or you can get your life together, and then like in your 30s have a good job and have a family and like get your shit together.
Yeah.
We took that away from those people. Like those people in that situation don't exist now because like we robbed them of that. And like unfortunately they're never coming back. And like, again, we did that to them. We as the state, we as the legislature did that. And I can't ever forgive them for what they've done. It's like, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, Prop 36 is a step in the right direction. Is it going to fix anything? Like maybe make things less worse moving forward. I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah.
But I think the damage is so severe that it would take extreme measures being put in place for like a generation before you can really see the impact and the results.
Yeah, not to mention, like, even if they repealed it back to 2013, like, the amount of people that we'd be now arresting on felonies and taking them to jail and then keeping them,
Yeah.
that imposes, like, a new issue of, like, where are we going to keep all these
Yeah,
people?
the
'Cause
jails
there's
would be completely overrun. The prisons would be overrun. It'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just put them all in a camp.
No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying, like, I think that it's failed. It's a failed state, man. We're in full collapse.
How are you going to fix it?
How are we going to fix it?
Yeah. Tell him right now. Tell the governor how we're going to fix it.
How do we fix this right now,
How do
Travis?
we fix it? How do we fix it? We flee.
We flee.
We flee.
I tried that.
Yeah.
And it worked for a while.
I mean, at some point, you got to recognize the barbarians have breached the gates, guys. We got to escape, get out the back hatch, and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because it's falling apart. No, I mean, you just have to have the willpower to say, like, you're not allowed to do that. Like, it's like, if you're, as a parent, like, and I told this to Ted King before, like, if I had a kid who had a drug problem, like, the solution wouldn't be like, here's some clean needles, just go fucking shoot up in your bedroom, right? That's not going to solve it. The solution is like, no, I'm not going to allow you to do that anymore. And like, it's going to be a long fight of like addiction and them sneaking off and stealing shit from you. And like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a terrible long fight and you might lose and they might just overdose and die someday. But like the solution isn't to just be like, go ahead, knock yourself out. Like you have to put in prevention methods if you want any hope of them stopping. But we don't do that. No. Again, you get me fucking fired up, Nick.
Yeah. They make it easy here. You could, catch these people who are addicted to meth or whatever drug of choice. And they're homeless. Every one of them has a EBT card, a food stamp card.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah, we subsidize it.
Yeah. I remember back in Texas, you run into the 8 homeless people in McKinney. None of them have food stamp.
Yeah.
No.
So are those homeless people that you meet in Texas, were they just kind of like
they're not our level of homeless.
Yeah, I understand.
They still look could look like just any random person off the street.
Are they just like hobos?
They're the 20
like the old
20 years
school
ago California homeless
Yes,
that we used to
correct.
run into.
Yeah.
Like guy probably like has an alcohol problem, just does like antisocial, doesn't really care to assimilate.
Correct. Yeah.
But he's probably not like smashing all the windows like in the downtown area at night.
No, he's not doing any of that. Yeah.
He's not screaming.
Yeah,
in the
screaming.
intersection,
He's not
or
just
just-
doing karate in the
not
center median.
Yeah.
giving
none of
himself a
that
rub and
stuff.
tug and
Yeah.
No.
in 4 o'clock traffic
Yeah.
on the side of the road.
No. You have none of that over there. Yeah.
Yeah, none of that happening. So that's another problem with defining it is people don't understand, like normal people that don't work in the industry or don't work here or live here don't understand when you say homeless, like if you were to tell me 20 years ago, oh, there's a homeless problem, like all these dang homeless people, like to me that would register as like what I described before, just like a person who's either down on their luck or like not really wanting to assimilate, but they're overall, they're not really that big of a problem. Like if this guy lives back behind some, office building somewhere and nobody ever sees him and he just kind of comes out to like dumpster dive and like, drink a 40 ounce, like nobody really notices that.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about. Like I said, we're talking about the guy, like you said, pulling his pants down in the middle of the intersection and like, attacking random strangers and like breaking things and stealing things and like all of this stuff that's happening. It's not just like a poor homeless guy. Like, no, it's a mentally ill drug addict that's just on the loose, running around causing problems.
Yes, that's all they do. Just it's unfortunate, but yeah, no, that's what it is.
So I gotta stop talking about it. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. Talk about working as a handler. What it was like living with the dog and working with the dog.
How long were you at K9?
For like 5 years and a couple months. Yeah, I got me Hank and I. That's my partner. Well, he's still my partner, but my old camp partner, Hank, Belgian Malinois. He's 10 now. It was 20. We got selected 2016, but then we didn't actually go and find him until like December of 2016. And then we go 10-8, 2017, the beginning of 2017. So I did that 5.5 years, give or take.
Mm-hmm. That you had him up until you left, right?
I still, well, yeah, I ran the dog. I was in the canine unit up until I left. And you
left California in what year?
I left end of June, 2022.
2022.
Yeah. So I still had him then. I was, a senior patrol officer in the canine unit at the time. Left with him, went over there, still got him. But as far as my time in the canine unit, it was probably some of the best times of my life. I mean, working with VCAT, working with the gang unit, impact unit, all those guys to go out there and just find these really violent criminals who are out there causing ruckus, chaos, whatever you want to call it, to the city. That was like the best times of my life. Getting in all the pursuits.
Yeah.
What was the difference between the canine unit and when you were McKinney? How many handlers did they have?
They had two.
And the tempo for those is a little.
It's a little slow.
A little less.
What kind of dogs are they running out there?
Less. They have Belgian Malinois or Shepherds. Or
so
whatever.
how many engagements did you have in 5 years?
It was like, because I gave some away. I would say it's 20. I have 24. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 24. And well, it wasn't really 5.5. Yeah, it wasn't really that. Well, yeah, that's the ones that we count.
Yeah.
Because I may or may not have.
I just want to make sure that we were calling engagements.
Yeah, it was like when the dog bites a person.
Sure. For sure. 24, for sure. Mm-hmm. And then there's like 4 or 5 that are other officers, unfortunately, that they got in front of him and he.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
accidentals.
A different dog did the bite and not your dog.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I think he was talking about his dog biting our people.
Oh, biting officers.
Yeah, it's accidentals. Yeah.
Oh,
but that happens.
It happens.
I mean, they're dogs.
Accidental discharge.
Yeah, accidental discharge. Yeah. So there's about 6 on those, roughly, give or take.
Whatever. That's why you got to don't get in between the dog and it's.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It's meat.
Yeah, but it was a great time.
I've been bit by one of our dogs before myself. Yeah. So
it happens.
It does.
I think didn't Hank get you one time accidentally?
No, Hank didn't get me. Titan got me once.
Titan got you.
Barely.
Yeah.
He barely got me.
Yeah. Nipped you?
Nipped me.
Grazed you, huh? You got grazed.
I took a chunk of my
tricep, huh? Yeah.
That
was great times though.
Yeah, I got a piece of my M missing back here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
no way.
Oh, you see it right there. Yeah.
Put it. Show the camera.
Yeah, my M on my USMC. There's a chunk missing on it.
Oh yeah, you can see
it right there.
Yeah.
That lower portion of it. Yeah.
Yeah, end up in Titan's mouth.
But yeah, that was the best, some of the best times of my life.
So what is an average? How many bites does a handler in McKinney get? Like in a
probably. I think when I was there, and I'm not trying to throw any shade at these guys, they may have had maybe like 3 when I was there.
Yeah. Well, it's not shade. It's a different work tempo.
Yeah.
You said there was 2 homicides in 3 years, and now you've been back
like
for
I said, there's
5 months.
You couldn't identify a criminal. If I take somebody from here, you go there, you would be able to know what a criminal is, right? Mm-hmm. But as far as like relative to them, they don't know what a criminal is because they're not. It's not like
they don't see.
There's no. I didn't see anyone with face tattoos for 3 years. You had just your common tattoos, but there's no one with like face tattoos or tattoos on the back of their hands. Anything like that.
And the person that we're talking about who has face tattoos are typically the ones that got them in prison, or they're gangsters, stuff like that. It's not like a person who like works at a tattoo shop who gets face tattoos.
No, nothing like that.
Because there's a difference.
Nick wants to make sure you're not discriminating.
I'm not discriminating. No, I love people with tattoos.
Yeah.
Shout out to my tattooed people out there. You know what I mean?
I just want to make
sure. You mean someone who did it with a electric razor and a needle?
And then they have very distinct markings or tattoos that would, say they're from a certain local gang here. Yeah, stuff
very
like
obvious
that. For sure, yeah.
Gang tattoos.
I'm not talking about like tattoos. A female with like stars or, whatever they... I'm not talking about that, gang tattoos, Sorry about that.
face
I didn't.
tattoo.
You don't see any of that over there.
Stolen cars.
Stolen cars. Yeah, I don't think I ever went to a stolen car.
Really?
In the GTA.
I want to know if in Texas,
And we had the LPRs too, like the Axon for the dash cams. I never.
Really?
Dang. So I want to know, did you ever use the term
Jita?
Yeah, over there.
We would like amongst ourselves, but like
they didn't understand.
they didn't understand that. Yeah, because it's not a Grand Theft Auto over there.
Oh, okay.
It's like they're kind of weird over there.
They
It's
have
like
the laws are different.
unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Yes, that's what it would have been. So, but like I said, there's so many Cali guys there, so we can say, hey, we got a Jita over here.
Yeah.
They knew what that meant.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, but you not a lot of stolen cars.
not a lot of stolen cars. No, maybe one that I can remember.
Did they have any like?
I never went to one good burglary, whether it be a house or a business. And here, I mean, I don't know how many I would do a night with Hank.
Yeah.
You know, we're clearing 3 or 4 businesses, property yard to yards, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Never over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so it's not shade. It's actually kind of a compliment because as a person,
That's
you
a
want
good thing.
You want to live in a place where the canine handlers aren't biting people all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
That's true.
They don't have to bite people.
yeah,
all
well,
the
they don't
time.
have to,
Yeah,
right?
we
Well, they
don't
don't,
have to,
they're not
yeah,
having
definitely.
to clear 3 business burglaries a night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much, very true. But
So what was it like? What kind of dog? Like what is Hank like as a dog?
he's a good dog. I mean, he'll go bite your calf off, and then I would go and engage these suspects, and then walk out, and all the guys would just pet him, give him love. Hey, good job, good boy, good boy.
Yeah.
And it never happened. You know,
Turn it off.
he'd go home with the kids and
Good with the kids, too?
And yeah, my 2-year-old now loves him to death. Let him pet him, all that good stuff. He is a good switch, so to speak. He can turn it off, turn it on.
He was at work and then he's not at work.
Exactly. Yeah, I take all his collars off and all that stuff, so he's at home. But
Not all of them are that way.
no, you have a couple ones. They're
just always on.
Yeah. Shout out to Rex, R.I.P. Rex.
Yeah.
He was one of the best dogs we ever had. Good dog. Shout out to Django. Django was psychotic also, in his own way. And yeah, you have some that are just that. But again, if you ask Brock, who had who was his handler at home, Django's a puppy dog.
Yeah.
Sleeping in the kennels with blankets, loving up on his wife, and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. So I guess just the environment they're around. But yeah, Hank was a great dog. Had a lot of good times with him. There was one time I'll mention. It's a funny one. It's on me. We're chasing a guy up to. He's in a Jita. He's in a Grand Theft Auto. Stolen vehicle, UUMV for my Texas folk out there. Yeah, 10851. So we chase him, spike him. We're going up to Tatchby. We're halfway there. I roll down the window because we can't communicate.
I remember this
with other agencies.
Yeah. This is like in the middle of winter too. It was
cold,
like
yeah.
it was like 19 degrees up
Yeah,
there.
it
And
was
the guy was in
cold.
a t-shirt.
And guy's up there. He's rolling on rims now at the time because of the spikes. And we, CHP guy gets next to me, and I roll the window down because we can't communicate. Texas, you can go to a different channel, and everybody can communicate. Awesome.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that here? I don't know.
Well,
Was it fifth
technically
largest
we
economy?
can.
I don't
They
know.
have the
What-
local law channel, but it's not used.
Trash, yeah. So I roll the window. Hey, tell all your buddies that this guy's gonna football. I'm gonna send the dog. Right, so no one gets in front of him.
Yeah.
Well, there's one guy who was up there and didn't hear this. He cuts us off. We get on the
You're
off
talking about
ramp.
CHP guy.
Yeah, CHP.
He
guy.
cuts you off.
Yeah, he cuts me off. Gets there, all that good stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, he cut me off, but he heard. The guy relayed the message, so he must know. So in my mind, I'm like, hey, the guy's gonna stop, crash, whatever, football. I'm gonna send him. So he does that. I open the door. Hank starts going, but he's slipping. And then as I'm looking, I can see the CHP guy hop out. So then I grab Hank, and as I grab Hank, I proceed to fall and eat shit into the cold, wet snow / water.
Nice.
Yeah. In hindsight, I should just let him bite the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't send him because but then the suspect on that one got away.
So then
because
Wait, so you slipped, but you got his.
I held on to his harness.
Okay.
And I slipped. I have a video. I'll give it to you guys if you guys want it. But yeah, I slip and fall. So then after that, I'm mad, but I'm still like, hey, we got to get this guy still, right? So boom, I cut Hank off lead. Hank's searching here, searching. There's the railroad tracks that are up there. As we're going up and Hank's on him, he has a behavior change. I'm like, cool, we're going to find this guy. Freaking train comes. and just ruins our whole plan. So I don't know. That guy may have.
So he got to the other side of the tracks. The train comes.
train
and then, it was
comes
like
and we
Dukes of
can-
Hazzard. Like he jumped
yeah.
it, and the train came and cut them off between.
Got him off. I remember that though. But yeah,
But yeah, he was like in a t-shirt, and it was like 19 degrees in the
yeah, it
middle
was
of the
cold.
night.
It was cold.
What year was this?
I don't know, 2018, 2019. I don't know.
No, it was
Could have
later
been
than that.
2020 maybe.
It was 21, I
21? Maybe
believe.
21.
I was in the pursuit. I got spiked in that pursuit.
Oh yeah, you got spiked on
By Ben.
21st in like Golden
I
State.
was I was at Union in Truxton.
Yes, I remember.
Where did it end?
Tehachapi.
Oh, in
Whatever that
Tehachapi.
the main off ramp is to get into this. I don't know what the exit is, but yeah, ended right there. Like on the side, there's like these big boulders or whatnot, and he just crashed the.
I think I was trying to go out to that one. And
Yeah,
they told
he was in
everyone
like a
to
pickup truck,
turn
like
around.
a Sierra or a Silverado.
Was that all the gang guys that got to go up there?
No,
No.
I think they just let you go because you were a canine
Yeah, they
handler.
let me
So
go
the
'cause I was
CHP took it over, and he didn't have a canine, so he got to stay with it. But the rest of us stayed in town.
So
But yeah, I got hit with stop sticks.
I remember that now. Yeah, I forgot where you were.
Shout out Ben.
That's who got you.
Oh yeah, he got like 3 of us. They just tossed him out in the road. Didn't hold on to the fucking cord to pull it back. He just
Yeah.
threw the thing out there and wham, nailed it. Got me.
Good times.
Shoot. Oh, talk about the rib, the dog with the ribs.
Oh yeah, so these dogs again, they're alpha dogs. Just to kind of give people who aren't familiar with working dogs, they're all alpha dogs for the most part, and crazy, psychotic, barbecuing one time outside, just a regular charcoal grill.
Oh, at home.
This is at home.
Okay.
We're at home, and then where I used to live, you can see out to the back where the pool and all that was, and then I see Hank running with ribs. I'm like, God.
Just a full rack?
Just a full rack of ribs, yeah. Dude had no 459 burglary for everyone who doesn't know. Went to a little Mexican restaurant down here off of Chester somewhere, and I remember sending him in, and I'm brand new, so I'm like, man, I'm all proud and whatnot. Dude comes out with a mouthful of tortillas. Like, bro.
He's like,
get
these are
it
fresh, bro.
Like,
These
get
are
it
fresh."
together. You know what I mean? Like, geez, yeah, there's so many things.
He wanted his carbs, man.
Yeah.
Someone broke into, was it Hollywood Hustler right here?
Uh huh.
Somebody
Yeah, a
broke
little
in
porn store?
broke into the porn store, and there was a bunch of people. Steve, I can't say the last name, but there's other people named Steve. They're there, and Hank goes in there and then comes out with a dildo in his mouth.
In his mouth?
Just so we know, it was in a box still.
All right.
The dildo was in the box.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
Hank's not gay.
he's not. No.
All right.
So
he
yeah,
went after the box. He can't read.
He went after the box. Yeah, oblong shaped objects was
Yeah,
what
yeah,
was. Yeah. So. Yeah, and you have good times with those dogs. They're just crazy. They're biological creatures. They have their own little characteristics. But yeah, great times. Had a bunch of good people in there. Jared, Chad, Brock, Chris, all the dudes who kind of like helped me when I first got there. The founding fathers, Seth Rowe, he's in there too. Yeah, it was a good time. Jeff, Titans handler. They're all good to us. It was a good, nice, tight fit unit that we all got along for the most part. And we all had each other's backs. But yeah, that was probably the greatest times being a police officer. It probably will be the greatest times.
Yeah.
Brad, shout out to Brad. He's over in Texas too. Edgar, he's over there. Yeah. So
And Brock.
and but yeah, I already mentioned Brock earlier. Brock's over there. Yeah.
What so now that you've been back, what are
Oh, shout out to Chris. He's in Idaho. Chris. Yeah. Got to remember all the
yeah.
boys. Got to get all the boys in there.
now that you've been back, what has it been like?
It's the same. I think it's homelessness. Again, we're going to go on that. I think it's worse now.
Yeah.
Now they're just openly doing the narcotics in the street, which back then it was like, they'd run from
At least
us,
you
or
would,
they
like,
hide it,
try
or
to
they try to
conceal
go. Yeah, they try to, be, inconspicuous about it. Now it's just like zero. I'll share the photo with you later. One of the old, I think it was the plaza or something like that, burned down not too long ago. And there's a lady walking with a bag full of knickknacks with a meth pipe in her mouth.
Yeah.
And I stopped and I took a picture of her. I'm like, just another day on
just
Union
another
Avenue.
day.
Yeah, on
another day.
old
So
99.
she wasn't smoking it. She just had it in
No,
her
she
mouth.
had just acquired it. Yeah, it was brand new. You could tell. But still, you know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
going to use it. She just hadn't had time yet. Because her house just burned down probably.
Yeah. So things have gotten worse, you think, since you left?
I would say so, yeah. As far as the homelessness, I feel like there's more homeless people now.
What's it like being a patrol officer coming from? So you're like the oldest guy in your shift, or
Right.
oldest in experience wise.
Correct, yeah. I think I'm the only... I have like a couple senior officers who are probably right below me. But yeah, as far as the actual patrol officer, I am the old guy.
The
on
old
there.
guy.
Yes. I am the old guy, and all these guys have no idea about things we did and how we operated. So
Yeah.
It's just a different culture back then. You know, we were go, 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 go. And at the end of the day, you would type your reports, time management. These guys don't know how to they don't have time management, and they're just, I don't know.
A lot of them are young though.
They
too.
are. Yeah, they're young.
They're like less than 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's me. And then after that, I have the 12 years, and then you have our seniors, obviously, Brandon and Casey and Mike that have. Brandon has a bunch of time, obviously, but then the other patrol, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 5, depending.
Like, I'm barely at 5 right now.
Yeah.
Are you going to be training at all?
No.
FTOing?
No.
You just don't want to do it, or?
I don't want to do it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I'm fine.
It's a 5% bump in pay.
Wow. Yippee! No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of extra work for not a lot of motivation.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know if I can say this.
Sure.
The
We'll edit it out if it's bad.
the quality of
Training.
candidates that we now hire, I feel like it's not as good as it used to be. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just kind of like we're just filling voids, and we're just grabbing. Hey, we need 20 people, so we're just gonna take 20 people.
Yeah.
When your academy, my academy, I think my academy started 41 people, and we graduated 18 out of my class. You know,
Yeah.
because they were just like how Edmund used to say, we're cutting the fat.
Yeah.
So they want the best of the best. They just don't want a bunch of people just to fill voids.
Yeah, I think
More selective.
My
More
class was
selective,
like
yeah.
50, and we ended with like 24.
Yeah.
We trimmed you down a little bit.
Yeah. Ours, yeah. Like I said, we had like 18
Yeah.
that graduated from ours.
And I think the main kind of one of the hardest parts about that is because one, yes, they are trying to get numbers because at the end of the day, like we need bodies, but we wouldn't need as many bodies if we were able to keep people.
Well, I think it comes down to what are the benefits and what are the perks of working for a city like ours, right? What is it? You're the 9th largest city. Is that right? The
Yeah.
9th largest city in the state of California. Do we have any incentives that reflect that?
No.
I'd say no.
No, significantly smaller cities
Yeah.
pay more.
Yeah. We don't have, not to say that we would have the ability to, but we don't have meal breaks like in Texas where you mark out and go take a break and work out or whatever. I don't know if we have that ability to do that based on our call volume.
Yeah.
You know,
Probably not.
but even then, if you can't, if that can't be an option, what is the next step? Would be pay. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know how they could go about making it higher. And I really care about it because, like I said, I'm born and raised here, and I've been at this department for half my life.
Yeah.
And so I really care about it, and I want things to go well. But I don't see. I see us turning into a training ground for other places.
And that's what it's been. Like, again, when I left, they were like, oh my gosh, you're, the best thing since sliced bread. And it's like that with all the other officers that are there. Brandon just went over there. He's from here. You got Joe, Brock, Edgar, all those dudes that are over there who were amazing officers here. And they take all of their training experience, all of the exposure, the things that we come across here and take it over there. And they're like light years ahead of the chiefs of police or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Well, you could work in the call volume, the level of violence and crime that we have, and you do say 5 years working here, and you lateral somewhere else that's a little bit that pays more and is nicer, and that experience comes with you, and then now you can be making a ton of more money and be very successful. And I think that again, I don't have the solution to this. I hate throwing out problems without having the answers, but we're paying so much less, and we're putting people into this environment where they're working at this high volume and they're building up all this experience, and then they become a very high value commodity. Like an officer from our city who's been here for 5 years can go to like an agency out in Texas and be very valuable to them.
Yes.
And get paid a lot more to go do that. And it's like, what's the incentive for them to not do that? And I want the answer. I want to have the answer because, again, I care about this place and I care about this city, and I don't want to lose our good people. But I 100% understand why they'd come, they'd get trained up, and then move on to do something else.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it either. I don't know.
So
I have ideas, but I don't know if they would actually, translate into the world, but hey.
yeah.
We didn't really touch on it. And if you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Yeah.
But you left here and were and still are in like good standing.
Yes.
You went to Texas for a few years, and then you came back, and we're over here talking about like how much better and how better paid the officers were in McKinney. What is, other than, or rather, I'll just let you say, like, why'd you come back?
For family reasons, the wife wanted to be closer to her parents who live here. She's born and raised here, just like me.
Yeah.
So that's why we came back ultimately. We have 4 kids. We had 3 when we left, had another one. So we needed that support of the family. So that's ultimately why we came back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a big thing, kind of like what you say. I'm talking to Travis.
Yeah.
About like the reason why people stay at our agencies is because they have family here. They have roots here.
We talked about it with Ted a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that unfortunately, it doesn't, I don't say take advantage of, but like the our agency can, I don't want to say get away with, but like you have people that are rooted here and they're staying here because their family is here.
Yeah.
And they this is their roots. They don't want to leave where they're from, and they don't want to leave their family behind and their friends and all that. And so, yeah, they can get away with not having to pay as high, and not having the same level of incentives.
They really can't get away with it anymore.
But I mean, a lot of us like they don't want to leave, and it's like, well, what else am I going to do if I go? Then I have to give up, like with Tim, got to give up all family and everybody that you're close to go somewhere else, and maybe it's a nicer, better quality of life. But at the end of the day, it's like, is the trade-off worth it? In your case, it's not worth it to be away from your family and your extended family, your in-laws, and all that. But for, again, some of these young guys, if they don't have a connection here, or you're young starting off, like that's where I'm afraid we're going to lose is that generation of officers. We're putting them through the academies right now. We're getting them trained up. And if you're 25 and you worked here for 3 years, and then you're like, you know what, like I'm not married, I don't have any kids, I'm going to take off and I'm going to go to this other place. And I think that we'll end up losing a lot of people that way. And that we're holding on to a lot of people just through their deep roots and their connection to the, like my family's here 3 generations on one side, 4 generations on another side. So it's like hard for me personally to want to go somewhere else, but it comes a point where the pot boils over.
Yeah. And it's kind of a pain in the ass, I'm assuming, to like change agencies. Yeah. Like you got to go through the whole rigmarole.
Yeah. I mean, I would say though, going to McKinney, it was better experience than I thought, because it's not like how when we all were police officers, you're the boot, the new guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They, most of the guys would recognize that you have, some training and experience, and they appreciate that and acknowledge that. And they're not like, oh, you're going to do all the stuff the new guy would do, handle all these, 48s or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Petty theft.
So it's a little bit, yeah. And then also too, like, based on how you're doing, they'll accelerate you. Mm-hmm. You could be done in 10 weeks or whatever the case may be, and then you're cut loose.
Like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing.
Exactly,
like,
yeah. They're like, we just need to teach him how to,
use
our forms
systems.
and our systems.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
let me ask you this. Because you had to come back, because you wanted to live in the same area as your wife's family, why didn't you go to another smaller agency around our area that pays more?
So in my unique circumstance, in California, for the California Post Peace Officer Standards and Training, our certificates that we have, mine expired or was about to expire July 1st of this year. I think when I had all this stuff going on, it was like the middle of June. So I had a time frame to get back, or else my...
So you came here because you were able to, and they could accelerate you, kind of correct, like get to maintain your post certificate, your license, so to speak, to be a police officer.
Correct. Yes, I left in good standing, and then the powers that be.
Well, they can accelerate your background because they've already done a background on you.
Yeah, they just need to know where I was at and what I did for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
so
which isn't a lot.
So that was good. Yeah. And like I said, I left in good standing. So shout out to can you say names or no?
Sure.
Shout out to Ted, Ted King, and to Brent Stratton for
both prior guests. So
okay, cool, awesome. So shout out to them for taking care of me and kind of accelerating the process. So so I literally get here, drive down June 30th, run across the street to City Hall, swear in, and then here I am.
Boom.
Yeah. But as far as I can't say that I haven't thought about that, going to another up and coming agency or smaller agency who pays more. But it's just everything hasn't aligned up yet for me to do that. And I'm not saying that I'm going to do it, but you always got to keep your options open, especially when you have the circumstances that we're currently in right now. and that we face when we're out there all day in and day out, doing what we do, and then there's no appreciation being thrown back your way. So
Yeah, like I want to give credit where credit's due. Is like you talk about those guys, the captain and the AC. Like we've got really good people here in leadership positions that like really care about the officers and really try to do right by them. And like in your case, they accelerated your process that you would have to redo your post. And there's a lot of stories like that happen. And so I'm not like throwing shade at any of those people at all. A lot of the problem that it comes from like not in the department, but the city management level, like these disputes aren't between like the line level officers and their command staff over some pay issue. The command staff has no input on how the pay structure works at all.
Right. Yep.
Right. So like, it's not that, it's not an attack on them to mention this sort of stuff. Right. Tim, thank you for coming out and talking to us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you everyone for listening, and stay frosty.